Hello everyone and welcome to Market Trends, the 4th edition. I am your host, Andy Hamilton, and I am joined by a special guest as well as my co-host, and it is LA Carolina week, so I made sure to support my gear that I got from the SFL shop for winning fantasy a couple weeks ago. So make sure you guys are playing. If you're just watching for fun, make sure you play because you have a chance to win and you can get your own gear for your own team from the SFL shop. So with that, let's send it over to Matt, my co-host. Matt, what's up, man?
Hey guys, quarterback on the face of the franchise for the Los Angeles Sharks.
Matt, always good to see you, except for this week. I wish you the best every other day of the season. And then our very special guest joining us via the phone, the one man who might hate me more than Matt South, Macc Wavy Jr. How you doing, buddy?
How's it going, man? How y'all doing?
We're good. You're on a bye this week, aren't you, man? You got your feet up?
Yeah, feet up and just looking at some game film.
Perfect. That's all we can ask of you, right? So let's go ahead and jump into our first picks. Let's waste no time. Matt, we'll start with you, buddy. Who you got?
I got Jake Cunningham this week, man. I will never not pick him unless he's playing against Sioux Falls. I mean, this guy's first in SFL scoring with 7 touchdowns in 3 games. He's only a silver, so he's always going to be pretty cheap. He's he didn't do too great against the Aztecs, or looking to bounce back against the Aztecs, who only have one linebacker. Last week he only rushed 15 times for 25 yards, but he still had 2 touchdowns. He's sixth in total rushing yards this week.
Jake Cunningham for Tallahassee. They're taking on Mexico City this week with Ajamu Afolabi over there. That guy's a little bit of a boss after last week. I loved him. Picked him, I think, week 1. Mac, let's send it over to you, man. First time on the show. Who you got for your first pick?
My first pick's going to be Marcus Allen Bowles. I just like what he's doing. In 2 games, he's averaging 167 yards, almost 168 yards with 5 touchdowns. And 8.2 yards a carry ain't bad.
Sure, and taking on Houston, who statistically is an incredible team, but game-wise, they've come close to losing and or very close to winning both of their games. It's been real tight for them. So I'm sure they'd like to stop Mr. Bose and keep him out of the end zone as much as they can, but we'll see what they'll actually be able to do. So that's a good pick. For my first one, I'm going with the QB for Atlanta. I'm going with Skeletor Pete Funk. He's only worth a little over $3,000, and they're taking on St. Louis this week. So a little bit of an easy pick there. If you're looking for a quarterback, he should get plenty of yards against the St. Louis defense, who so far has not put up too much of a fight. In terms of airborne yards, the only thing to caution you all about here is if they do get up, they are going to lean on Hollywood to run the ball. So I could see him throwing for 2 or 3 touchdowns before that, though. So I'll take the Funk as my first pick. Mm-hmm. Matt, I think we'll send it back to you, man. Who you got for number 2?
For number 2, I got Matt South, the quarterback. No, I'm just kidding. I got A.J. Levy. He's playing against the Bronze quarterback. I mean, 2 interceptions. He's 5th in the total interceptions, and he's averaging 8.3 tackles a game. So he's a 4th in both the running and passing games.
Sure. Decent pick there for sure. All right, Macc Wavy, man, you're back up.
Yeah, I like, my fellow, my ex-teammate, Jalen Miller.
Guy's been
this year, now. Yeah, this guy's averaging over 200 yards receiving in 3 games. In each game, he has 28 receptions with 608 yards with 21.7 yards a carry. And against Alaska, they're struggling a little bit over there. So right. I just expect more big games out of Jalen Miller.
Yeah, he's been bossing out this year. I've had a couple conversations with Cam about how well he's been playing. Like you said, former teammate from the Maulers. I forgot to mention at the top of the show, you're the only one of us that has a championship ring.
Yeah.
So show that off proudly. You mentioned he's taking on Alaska. the interesting part about that is he's not going to get Stevie T. Diggs in the draw because Diggs will most likely be guarding Jennings, who had potentially MVP season last year. I would assume that Diggs will match up on Jennings, and then I couldn't tell you who the second cornerback in Alaska is without looking, but that's who I assume Miller will grab. So that's a really good pick, actually. For my second pick, I'm going to go with the strong safety from Carolina. I'm going with Tony Willis, and I'll explain to you why here in a minute. Tony Willis leads the SFL in interceptions. He's averaging 1 a game. And Matt South, on average, is throwing 2 interceptions a game. So not only am I throwing shade, I'm also giving you a decent pick if you're looking for a strong safety. He's a bronze, so he's, again, he's worth 3.5, I think, this week. So 3,525, I believe, is what they're going to tally him at. So, I mean, cheap. For the 2 picks that I have, you're barely spending over 7,000, or you're spending under 7,000, excuse me, and you're going to get a guy who's pretty much almost guaranteed to get a pick off Matt South. So that'll be my second pick. Matt joked about going after me, but then I just went ahead and went right after him.
Now, fellas.
That's why we brought you on this week, Mac. You gotta keep us in line here. All right, let's get into who we don't like for the week. Matt, you're up, man. Who do you not like?
Oh man, see, I was just gonna try to keep the peace here, but now I got my backup plan. I'm not taking Johnny English this week.
Okay.
He's playing against the Kyle Walsh-led defense. I mean, the Sharks are 3rd in rushing defense. They've played against 3 gold running backs, and they've allowed an average of 66.7 yards on the ground. And they also have 3 linebackers. So I'm just saying that Johnny English probably isn't going to have a great game this week.
Well, for that, I will have to call on the bullcrap alert. Because you mentioned that they have the 3rd best rushing defense, but I would like to ask you who he practices against week to week, because that would be the 2nd best rushing defense of Carolina that he practices against every week. So
let's remember that they play the generic running back come week 1. So their stats are just a little padded there.
I don't see the correlation. I do believe that Carolina has the 2nd best rushing defense, and I think Johnny English will have a great day. I fully expect him to get all his yards. So I'm gonna for once on Market Trends history, I'm gonna call that the worst call of all time. I think that was the worst pick I think we've ever seen.
I guess we'll see.
We're gonna find out.
I think we will. Mac, you're up, man.
The guy I don't like this week is I'm gonna go with a gold quarterback named I believe he's gold, Jalen Thomas from the St. Louis Gladiators. In 2 games, he's throwing for a little less than 180 yards a game. Sharpshooters like me, we knocked that out by halftime. Nah, but I might throw a couple picks doing it too, I guess. But no, they're going up against Atlanta, and Atlanta had a tough game against Tallahassee on Monday night. It was a really good game, and just got away from them a little at the end. You know what I mean? So I expect them to come back solid and bounce back with a big win over St. Louis. I know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I think we all kind of are on that boat. I mean, we'll see come pick'em time, but I definitely think that Jalen Thomas for the price might be a little steep this week. Matt, you already went, right? Yeah, you already went, so it'll be mine.
Yep.
Just double checking. I don't want to skip over anyone. I would hate for someone to get sacked to the ground or ignored this week. For my pick, I'm going with a decent player for fantasy owners in the past, but one that they might want to stay away from this week. I'm going Justin Beakley Jr., the halfback from Alaska. They're playing Sioux Falls this week, which does not bode well for the Storm. The Storm offense actually was one that we picked last week to stay away from, I think, if I'm correct. I think DeMond picked him.
Yeah, it was.
So Beakley Jr., again, part of that offense. They used him a lot this week against LA. Probably a little more than they would have liked, seeing the scoreboard. And Sioux Falls defense, I think, just gets tougher there. They got 9 guys on that side of the ball. They're playing in Alaska, so throwing the ball in that weather probably will not be the best chance for Murdoch Macc and the Storm. He's costing 8,745, which is more than both of my 2 other picks combined. I'm just not seeing where Beakley Jr. will get more than, I would say, 65 yards this week. But that's just me. That's what I'm staying away from. So with that said, I think we're all through the tough parts. I think we're moving to Pick'em. Is that right, boys?
Yes, sir.
So as well as Matt did last week, our big winner is DeMond, who went 6-0 in Pick'em last week. So I mean, that's insane. Shout out to DeMond, who just absolutely beasted him. That's crazy. I mean, 6-0. And that improves him to 12-6. Matt went 5-1, which will take him to 12-6. And I went 3-3, which will take me to 9-9. So I am the only one who is not sitting at 12-6 right now.
Or you mean like you're the only one that doesn't know how to pick a team?
Wow.
I'll put it this way, Matt. I only had to pick one team to know which was the correct one, and I did pick correctly. So
Yet they're still 0-3.
Still for now, buddy. You just wait. There's plenty of season left, and it all starts this week.
Technically, it started a couple weeks ago.
The season started a couple weeks ago. Our turnaround starts this week.
Okay.
I figured you were a little bit smarter that I wouldn't have to walk you through each and every little piece, but I guess not. That's all right. Let's go ahead and get into it. Las Vegas heading down to Oklahoma City to take on the Renegades. I will start. I have Las Vegas. Matt, who do you got?
I got OKC.
All right, Mac.
I got OKC in that game.
All right, I'll take this one. Las Vegas, OKC, 2 really great owners. Ronnie Nickens as well as Michael Irvine, 2 guys that have been in the league since the beginning. What we're really talking about here is the teams on the field, though. Las Vegas has kind of a new built system. They're using a lot of the Wolfpack members coming over. Rick O'Reilly's just been bossing out. Personally, I think he's going to have a big game, and that might be the downfall for OKC. Red Feather's got to get that ball off quick. If you're looking at OKC, though, they beat LA, sorry, they lost LA. Las Vegas beat LA. But both teams have played LA, so Matt's pretty familiar with them. But in terms of the makeup, these 2 teams I think are real even. It could go either way. I like Las Vegas, who's 1-1 and lost a real close one to Houston last week. Let's head now to Atlanta, where St. Louis is coming to town to take on the Swarm, who had their first loss last week. I have Atlanta. Matt, who you got?
I got Atlanta.
And Macc Wavy.
I got Atlanta big.
All right, Matt, this one's you.
Atlanta, man, they're 6th ranked defense, so I mean they're not too bad. St. Louis, they are the last ranked defense.
Right.
They're the 12th ranked offense, and then Atlanta Swarm is the 6th ranked offense. So on paper, it looks like an easy win for Atlanta. But I don't see a big upset in this one like we did week 1. That was ridiculous.
Sure, still plenty of parity to go either way, and who knows, St. Louis might surprise you in one of these weeks. It's never impossible in the SFL. All right, Houston, getting their first win last week, will head to Buffalo in the snow to take on Queen City. I have Queen City. Matt, who you got?
Queen City, man.
All right, Macc Wavy Jr.
Queen City.
All right, Mac, this one's you.
And, this is a real tough game, Houston, that first half of the first game, man, they looked like a team that had something going, and the second half against New Mexico City, they where it went south for them real bad, and then they come back again. They start slow off against Las Vegas, and then they pick it up in the second half, and they come through and they do exactly what New Mexico City did to them. And I like I said, one of my players that I like this week is Marcus Allen Bowles, and they both got real good defenses. To me, I took QCC because they're at home, so I'm thinking that home field's gonna give them that little something, and that's my reason for taking QCC.
Right, definitely not impossible. Home advantage, as we've seen, has played a factor in multiple close games, so we'll see if it'll play a factor in this one. Tallahassee, the Pride, still undefeated, heading down to Mexico City in the warmth of Mexico to take on the Aztecs. I am going to go Mexico City on this one. I'm picking the upset. Matt, who you got?
I got Mexico City as well. 2
for Mexico City. Mac?
Yeah, I'm taking Mexico City as well, guys.
Wow, a clean sweep for the upset. I think that might be a first in Market Trends history. This one's on me. So the Pride haven't lost a game so far, but have done it. They beat St. Louis, who has yet to win. They beat Carolina, who's yet to win. And last week they beat Atlanta, who was just 1-0. I think Tallahassee's a good team. I don't know if they're a great team yet. I think there's definitely possibility there for Mexico City to step in the way. Ramos Lynn, great owner, always very good game planner. They've had a rough go of it this first couple of weeks. I think they will bounce back this week. I think they'll beat Tallahassee. But again, it'll depend on Calvin Kim, and it'll depend on the arm of E.T. King. Sioux Falls heading up to Alaska to take on the Storm in the snow. I'm going to take Sioux Falls here. Matt, who you got?
Sioux Falls as well, man.
Mac?
I like Sioux Falls over Alaska, yeah.
Clean sweep for the Sparrows. Matt, this is you.
Oh, man. Sioux Falls. They're the last. Sioux Falls, 8th ranked offense. Sorry about that.
You're good.
They're the number 1 ranked, or number 3 ranked scoring defense. All right, Alaska, they are the worst offense in the league. Alaska has 9 defenders, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Both of these teams have actually played in the inclement weather, and that could play a factor. Sioux Falls looked pretty clean. If you want some tape on that, go back and look at the Carolina game. Tyree played well in that game. I'll say that much. So if that does play a factor, I look for it to be a pretty even matchup. LA at Carolina, the Market Trends game of the week. Everyone knows, I think I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go for Carolina.
You
Gotcha. No, I'm going Carolina. Matt, I assume you're going LA.
Yes, I'm going Los Angeles.
Mac, please break this tie.
Man, this is a tough game, but after that performance that I seen LA do last week, I'm gonna take LA.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Go ahead and break this one down.
Carolina's on his season didn't start out the way they wanted to, but they played some tough games. That Tallahassee game was real tough. They almost squeaked that one out. Just went the other way at the end, and they're a really good team. And like I said, LA, they're an interception away from being 3-0. So that's a good team too. So I like I said, just from what I seen last week, what they did to Alaska, that was a heck of a performance, and that's just what's swinging my vote right now. They're telling me just to go with them.
Fair enough. I'm never gonna discommend a man for making a pick one way or the other. I will say you might be wrong, though. I will say that much. All right, so now that we have that in the books, I think we have pretty much wrapped up everything we need to do. We are down to one last thing. So, Matt, why don't you go first? I'll go second, and Mac can finish us up. Hopefully that way he can call a stop to whatever happens in the first 2 one last things. Matt, go ahead.
Oh, man, I hate to do this to you, Andy, but you came out first, so I got to end it. Carolina Skyhawks, last ranked pass defense. They're playing against me. I'm a gold quarterback. I've got 2 great receivers and a tight end. So I just think that Matt South is going to throw all over that Carolina Skyhawks secondary. And I'm sorry to Maurice Spurgeon for what I'm about to hand to him.
Hey, that's fine that you want to throw the ball all game. I'm perfectly fine with. I mean, you have 6 interceptions through 3 games. So if you just want to hand us the ball back the entire game, that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. I think Carolina will come out. We're a team. I was telling Matt earlier, we're the best team that has been downfall, and the AI for some reason absolutely hates us. If you look, I mean, we've had an interception off a guy's back. Monroe took 2 sacks in the first game, falling on his butt. For whatever reason, we put 4 plays from the 2-yard line and throw the ball. For whatever reason, the AI has hated us through 3 games, and all it takes is 1 for us to bounce that back the other way, and it's going to be this week versus LA. Macc Wavy, finish us off here.
Okay, it's a pleasure that you guys, and I want to thank you for letting me come on the show and make my picks, and I just wish both of you guys the best of luck. It's going to be a real interesting game, and hey, can't wait to see who wins that one.
Hey, no problem, Mac. Thanks for being on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do, man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
No problem, fellas.
So for that, thank you all. We'll see you all next week. Good luck on fantasy this week. Go get you $20 the SFL shot. Market Trends. Peace.
See ya.
Bye-bye, guys.